Hi everyone, I'm Alistair Ben and you're watching Expressive Photography. Well, this is not the video I thought I was going to make. I'll be honest with you, I'm feeling pretty peed off, frustrated, angry with myself, disappointed in myself. And I thought that the video I was going to make was going to be really good. I was really excited about sharing with you some new things. I had some photographs in my mind that I thought, yeah, I'm going to do something that I haven't done here yet. So what this video is going to be about is, are you a frustrated photographer? Let's examine why we're frustrated and what, if anything, we can do about it.
For this video to make sense, we're going to have to give you some context here. The first thing that killed me this week was expectation. I had an expectation of doing something amazing, and that was the first thing that led to my frustration. What was I excited about? Well, I got this, the 500mm f5.6 Fujinon lens for my GFX 100 Mark II. Since moving to the medium format system in March of 2023, I have missed the long focal length. So getting this lens felt like solving a massive problem in my photography, in that I missed having a long lens. So that was the first thing, is I was really excited about that. And when the lens arrived on Thursday of this week, I went down to the local beach just a couple of minutes from the house and had a wonderful evening. There was backlit waves, the wind was blowing the spray off the top of the waves, and even though I was just getting to grips with the camera and the new lens, it was a beautiful experience, beautiful light, beautiful conditions, and I was having a really great time. Now, this was 3 or 4 days ago now. However, this morning we had a forecast for rain. I wanted to get out to make the video, and I'd been holding off to receive my 95mm version of my Case Revolution filters. The new lens has a 95mm front element, and Case have sent me some bigger filters. So I went off this morning. It was forecast to rain, and I woke up and it wasn't raining. So I thought, great, I can go out and make this video for YouTube. So I drove down, parked up at the beach, did some B-roll recording. The light was starting to build. It was looking really good. I walked all the way along to the end of the beach, found a really great scene, was really excited, was feeling really positive, and I went into my bag and the 500mm was sat there, but this was not my GFX 100 Mark II, and I realized that it was on the shelf in my office where I put it when I'm emptying my card. So there I was out on the beach making a video, recording B-roll, but not with any actual camera in my hand. So I drove all the way back here, came upstairs, got my camera, put the card in, drove back down to the beach, and by then the conditions had changed. I wasn't really feeling it, so I was driving around looking for various things and felt, still motivated. The waves were doing okay. And anyway, got to the coast and found a scene that I really liked and thought, okay, this is perfect. Started making some images with that and using the Case filters, putting the polarizer on, putting a 3-stop filter on, playing around with shutter speeds. But it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. I wasn't excited by the scenes. It just felt as if I was going through the motions. So this went on and on and on. And all of the images that I had in my mind, I was trying things and they weren't working. I was trying to shoot waves breaking. That wasn't working. Everything that I was trying just wasn't working, and I was getting more and more frustrated. So why was I frustrated? Well, first of all, I think it's important to realize that I had one lens with me and I had one camera body, and everything that I was seeing that I liked, this was too long. So I'd gone from not having enough focal length to having too much focal length. And this is the thing, is that if you only have one lens with you, you're limited to what that lens can do. And expressive photography for me is seeing something that appeals to me and photographing it. And if I don't have the equipment necessary to do that, it made me incredibly frustrated. Everything I saw didn't work. And I kept fighting and fighting and fighting and just got more and more frustrated. So let's not beat around the bush. This body and lens is a £10,000 combination. So it doesn't matter if you've got the best gear in the world. It doesn't matter how many awards you have or how many distinctions or how many followers you have on social media, how popular your photography is. None of that matters if you're having a bad day. And I was having a bad day. It was as simple as that. I was just having a sucky, crappy, I can't shoot to save my life kind of day, which doesn't make me feel great because I think I can do this, you know. So I think the point of this video really is for you to see that it doesn't matter who you are. You can have a bad day, and so what are you going to do about it? Well, I'm in here in Photolab, and I think since getting this lens, I've made 144 images, which made me smile because the old expression for 144 images is a gross. And I thought, well, that's appropriate. All of these images are gross. So I've got 144 images, and I went through and I graded them. And I graded them for their technical proficiency in terms of, are they sharp? Are they in focus? Are they compositionally any good? And out of the 144 images, I graded 114 of them with a 1. And for me, that means they're getting deleted. So 114 out of 144 images. And now I was shooting a lot of bursts, so this is a lot more than I would regularly shoot. I had the camera in high speed mode, which is 8 frames a second, so obviously, you know, you're shooting a lot more. There was maybe only like 4 or 5 different compositions. So I have nothing graded 2, and then 3, I have 13 images. So if I start to look at the images that I graded 3, you know, they're perfectly okay. I mean, I love spray blowing off the top of backlit waves. I mean, it's a pretty thing to do. And I've got various permutations of this, and some of these have been cropped and some of them are full frame. But at the end of the day, there were some scenes that I quite liked. Now, after going through and grading all 144 images, I had 4 images out of 144, so that's what, 2.5%, maybe less than 3%. And 2 of them were of a golden plover that I photographed on the beach on Thursday night. If some of you follow me on social media, you will have seen that I've posted this photograph already, this guy here. And honestly, I was absolutely thrilled with this photograph. I was just so happy. I haven't photographed birds in 10 years or more, and it was just so good to see something so beautiful on the back of my camera and to work it when I got back to the house. So this is the flip side of being frustrated. This is being in the moment, serendipity, finding something that works perfectly with the focal length that you have at your disposal, using skill and craft and composition and using the available light to produce an image that just speaks to you. And, you know, this for me is my photography at its best. I'm not talking about the quality or how popular the image is going to be, but this for me is my photography when it means the most to me. I came home raving to Anne-Christine about this image, and I love it, and I still love it, and I don't care what you think, I like it. And then today was just the complete opposite of that. I found two scenes. One scene actually with a couple of different shutter speeds. So I found this and I thought, yeah, that's a really nice combination of rocks and the water. And of course, with different shutter speeds and different wave action and stuff like that. So this scene here, I looked on the back of the camera and I thought, yes, finally, I've got something. I was using the circular polarizer to roll off some of the shine, the case circular polarizer, and then the case 3-stop ND filter. And that gave me the shutter speed that I wanted to get that kind of energy in the scene. So I was looking at this in the back of the camera and thought, yeah, I'm excited about this too. So I got it home today and it's not sharp. So the rocks aren't sharp. None of the rocks are sharp. So superficially, and if I was going to post this small on social media, no one would know the difference, but I know it's not properly sharp. And the reason being it was windy. I was using a tripod on a cliff with a 2-second timer delay, but it was windy. It was quite gusty. So this image is ultimately a failure. It's another failure. So I find myself in this situation where I just don't feel good about this morning's photo shoot. I felt frustrated. I was angry with myself, disappointed in myself. And the root of all of that was really twofold. One was having expectations of what I was going to do. The tide was going out. The waves weren't quite as big as I had hoped for. So the images that I had in my mind just didn't work. So none of the images that I was trying to make with the 500mm with the waves were working. And I was just frustrated about the whole situation. So when you have expectations of what you're going to do, that is invariably going to cause frustration and disappointment. And unfortunately, I let that spiral. I have a history of questionable mental health, feeling depressed and stuff like that. But I thought that was all behind me. But photography has allowed me to get frustrated about my creativity, to get frustrated about my photography. So I'm introducing a problem, and that is the last thing in the world I want my photography to be. I want my photography to be fun. I want my photography to be golden plovers on the beach at sunset and just having that beautiful experience like I had. I don't want to be frustrated. I don't want to get annoyed with myself. I don't want to feel bad about my photography. So what's the way to deal with this? Is there a way to actually take something positive out of this? And I would say yes. I think the first thing is that when you get frustrated with yourself, when you get angry with yourself, you're basically saying you care. You care about your performance. You care about your professionalism or your skill or your technique or your passion for your art. So feeling bad about something really just means you care about it. And that feels good to me, to know that I care about my relationship with my photography, I think is really important. And at the end of the day, caring is better than not caring. And if I'm going to get frustrated with myself about something because I care, then I can live with that. However, we have to be aware of that. And I got to the point this morning when I was out that I'd given up trying to make a video. I'd given up trying to do what it was that I had planned to do. And I decided I'm going to make a video about frustration. So I turned the negative into a positive by finding a way to present this to you in a way that is sort of, we can take a positive out of this, which is walk away. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to not make photographs on a particular day. It's not the end of the world for me. I live in a beautiful place and I feel very, very grateful for that. And I get it that if you're on a photo trip or you're paid a lot of money to go on a workshop or something and you're not feeling it and you're struggling, then that can be really, really, really frustrating. However, I was still wonderfully grateful to be in the landscape. I was watching birds flying past. I was watching the way the weather was developing. I was watching the way the water was interacting with the rocks. I was seeing lots of things that were engaging me. It's just I didn't have the lens with me to shoot what I was seeing because I only came out with one tool. I came out with a 500mm. So my lesson from all of this is, if you're going to go out with a new lens, a 500mm, either pack something else, like a 24-70 or a 45-100 in my case, take something else as well, or chill, just chill. I hope you found some ray of comfort in this video, even if it's to confirm to yourselves that I'm human and I get just as pissed off as everybody else. I am by no means perfect. Not that any of you thought that anyway. So hopefully you can relate to this. I am just human. I do have bad days, the same as everybody else, and just because this is my job doesn't mean it's always perfect. I can go out and suck just the same as everybody else, just the same way as professional musicians can go on stage and play badly. These things just happen some days. Sportsmen go out and perform badly. Quite how many times does Ronaldo go out and not score a goal from a free kick? More often than not. So hopefully you've taken something out of this. I will be back next week with some more content. I'm going to be starting workshops on Tuesday out here in the Outer Hebrides, when I will no doubt be a lot chirpier and more positive. Really looking forward to starting the workshops. We do have a couple of new ones on the website for those of you who might be interested in joining me in 2025. We have no availability now until September of next year, so a year in advance. If you want to come to Iceland with me, we have two options. We can come to the Western Fjords, or there's one in the Snæfellsnes Peninsula. Both incredible locations. These are slow workshops that I have in mind. We're going to go there, we're going to slow down, and we are going to immerse ourselves in the landscape. So I really look forward, and maybe some of you will be joining me on those two workshops. Apart from that, I wish you all well. I'm good, feeling better already. I'm glad I've got all that off my chest. Thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with my rant and my wallowing self-pity. I feel better for it. So thank you very much for listening. If you got this far, bye for now.